Hey everybody, so I'm testing out a new tent. This is the Nemo Hornet Osmo one-person tent. So I've only used it for one night so far. I think it's a pretty good ultralight weight tent. The interior has a good amount of space that my shoulders aren't touching the walls. And pros of this tent is lightweight. That's the main reason I got it. It packs down pretty small. It wasn't too difficult to set up. Spacious interior. Lightweight, the material is kind of thin. That's to be expected from a light ultralight tent. I haven't tested it out in rain, so I don't know how well this material holds up against heavy rain. One thing I like though is that the rain fly comes down a good amount past the mesh part of the tent. So if it was raining, I wouldn't be too worried about the rain seeping in through the mesh area. Let's quickly go over some of the minor things. Not terrible, but like minor dislikes about the tent so far. Because this is a semi-freestanding tent, there are a lot of tie-down points to make sure the tent stands up all the way. Towards the foot area of the tent, there are 2 points where you have to take the strings and attach it to your stakes to actually pitch out the tent fully. Otherwise, the feet area will collapse in on you. The sides also have 2 connection points to help pull out the tent and give you a bit more space. Because you need stakes and all these tie-down points to make the tent actually stand up fully. This tent really requires you to set it up on somewhere that has soft ground or soil so that you can actually get the stakes into the ground. This tent would not be ideal to use if you're camping in like somewhere really rocky or in the Sierras and you're camping on rock and you can't drive stakes into the ground. I mean, you could probably use some string and hold them down with some rock, but it definitely works better with stakes in the ground. And because the tent material is pretty thin, I did get the Hornet one-person footprint to use with this tent. So I have that underneath this tent right now. Just adds a little bit extra protection against punctures. But yeah, overall, good tent. I'll be using it for some California deer hunting where temperatures typically 85 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not too worried about rain here. It's just really hot, which is why I went with this ultralight tent so I can save weight on my tent and put that towards packing in water because there's not a lot of water around these areas. Alright, well, I think that's it for my little initial tent impression. So I'm gonna go back to finding deer. One more thing to make sure the walls of the tent don't collapse in on me. Gotta pull out these little